You're also welcome to another video. Today we are going back in time again. We're going back 7 years almost now. Well, it's 6.5 years. We're going to 2013, where myself and Jack went down to Kilkenny, where Bruce Springsteen was running his Wrecking Ball tour weekend. I actually didn't know just how influential this weekend was going to be on me as a musician.
Hello Diarmaid, how are you now? Well, that's Bruce Springsteen here, having a ball, an absolute wrecking ball.
Jack always did love a good pun.
God love it.
We went down early and got a bus from Dublin, and we had about, I guess, say 4 or 5 hours to kill before the doors would open. So we went round and we went to different bars and all the rest, and everything was just Bruce's face everywhere. But when the doors did finally open, we got in, and back then I drank. I don't drink anymore, and neither does Jack actually, but so we were just having a couple of bottles of beer, and somehow, if I remember correctly, Jack asked one of the stewards, wearing like the high-vis jacket, if he had any tickets for the pit, just literally on a whim walking past them, and the guy pulls out 2 orange wristbands and gives them to Jack for us, and so we get into the pit. There's a couple of hundred people there, like the hardcore, die-hard Bruce Springsteen for life fans. And we go in and we're standing there. So we're having some hot dogs, we're having some bottles of beer. Show, say, like an hour away. And we're like, maybe we should go to the bathroom before it starts. And one of the sponsors of the whole weekend was like a telecommunications company, and they were sending out all these flyers for their customers that just literally said, thank you. In green writing, it just said thank you on a piece of paper, and then they had like promotions and all the rest. But hundreds and maybe even thousands of these sheets with just thank you on it were all throughout the pit. So we thought, why don't we write? I had a Sharpie with me. You always bring a Sharpie, you never know. I had a Sharpie, so we flipped one over and we said, we'll write reserved on the back of this sheet of paper, and we'll put our empty beer bottles around it, and we'll go to the bathroom, and hopefully people will respect it and they won't take our place in the pit. And because, you know, like, getting to the time, everyone just pushes up towards the front of the stage. So we go away, it takes like 30 minutes, come back, and perfectly just where we were. Everyone has like stood around where we were and left us our little spot. I'm a sentimental old devil. For like the last 15 years, I would keep little trinkets just of things that were important to me, or days in my life that when I'm, you know, if I'm lucky enough to live to 104, I can open these boxes and look back and kind of relive it for a second time. So up in my attic, I have like 10 or 12 boxes of all these random things. And I kept one of those bottles of beers. I did clean it. And I kept a couple of those thank you sheets and a pamphlet and my ticket and all the rest. And I'll just go and get it. So I kept one of the beer bottles. I guess kind of disgusting. I don't know. I thought it was good. I washed it. And Kilkenny's Midsummer Music Trail. This was like a pamphlet they gave out where all the bars would have their Springsteen music for the weekend, and it opened up into a big map. And I guess we put Jack's name beside a reserve sign to let people know who it was reserved for. And then these were the thank you signs. Maybe I'm just like a hoarder, maybe that's a better word for it, but I call it sentimental. I'm sorry all the footage from the concert is shaky. I was immensely excited. I couldn't hold my camera still, I was there shaking. I remember as he was going to start into his opening number, it was this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. He said, join us in celebrating, rocking, unifying, rock and roll. And I was standing there going, oh my God, this is like I was going preach. And then a couple of years later, he releases an autobiography called Born to Run. No exaggeration, I bought 4 different copies of the autobiography. I think I have a couple here. I have like hardcover, paperback, I have it on audiobook, I have another paperback somewhere. This thing is like, if you're a musician or you're creative in any way, this is like a Bible. The way he writes is unbelievable, and if you get the audiobook, it's Bruce Springsteen reading it to you. It's an absolute, this is my Bible right here. Now I am going to read the Elton John one maybe this week, but I don't think it's going to outdo that. This is just, so good. The E Street Band come on and everyone's losing their mind, you know. But then Bruce comes, and your entire life, if you're a Bruce Springsteen fan, you dream about being in the middle of a crowd where the whole crowd's going, Baaaarrrruuuuuuuuuuuuuce. That real deep kind of Bruce that sounds like they're booing him, but they're not. I remember after this show, everywhere I went, I just wanted to play Bruce Springsteen. People would ask me what did I want to be when I grow up, and I would just say Bruce Springsteen. Sometimes I would say James Taylor, because that's kind of also what I want to be, but I would say Bruce Springsteen. Everywhere I went, I was singing Bruce Springsteen. Couldn't sing it very well, but I was trying my best. No, I'm serious. I mean, everywhere I went. Sometimes it's like someone took a knife, baby, as you know, cut a 6-inch belly through the middle of my skull. I wake up with the sheets soaking wet, breathing into the middle of my head. We cool my desire. He kicks off second song into Badlands, and all these people around me know every word. They know every hummable syllable, everything. It's insane. I'm looking at Jack, he's looking at me. I'm like, what is going on? Everybody knows every word. It was insane. The guy beside us, it was his 34th Bruce Springsteen concert. There was a woman, she was from Sweden, right beside us. It was like her 19th, and she had just been to like a 4.5 hour Bruce Springsteen record-breaking show in Stockholm or somewhere. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. My mind was blown. It's funny, like, because you go to all these shows today and they're so unbelievably polished, and obviously they have to be. You can't run a show like that on a whim, you know. There's 10 million little pieces that all have to come together. But with Bruce and them, they're these polished veterans. Everything was just fun. Bruce needed more of himself back in his monitors, so he was just singing it into his own microphone and laughing about it, calling out his sound man over the actual audience speakers up front of the house. Sometimes I've seen like bands have these little mics inside their lapel that's connected to the guys out in front of the house. But this was just Bruce singing it in front of 30,000 people. These guys can do whatever they want. There was a part of the show where Bruce was like talking to the drummer and he was like, "Come on man, I need more cowbell." So he starts getting more cowbell. You know, I was sitting here editing and I was thinking, I had totally forgotten just how magical this concert was and how influential it was for me, you know. And it got me thinking, I think at the heart of it all, this is why so many people want to be singers or guitarists or pianists or drummers or whatever, painters. It's not the fame or the fortune or all those ridiculous things. I think it's we all want to be able to influence people in this kind of a way. Leave that fingerprint on someone the way that Bruce Springsteen has to millions of people, you know. So, there's my thoughts on that. Back to the show. Two and a half hours in, it's starting to get dark. Now, you got to remember, this is July, and in July in Ireland, we're fairly northern here. It's not getting dark till like 10:30 at night, or 10:30 as we say here. And I mean, he's only getting warmed up. He is literally only getting warmed up. He takes off his shirt and underneath he's got this t-shirt on. All the girls are losing it. He was 62 going 63 at this stage, and the guy has a six-pack and pecs. What the hell? So it's 3 hours and 15 minutes into it. It's finally over. Not that was a bad thing. Everyone's off stage. Bruce gives his last wave, turns, walks off down the tunnel. The crowd doesn't do anything. The lights don't go up. Nothing happens. Everyone just keeps shouting, "Bruce." Next thing, a single spotlight comes out and he's walking back up the tunnel. Just him and his Takamine, or Takamine, depending on where you're from in the world, his guitar. And he stands inside this spotlight. There's 20,000 lighters in the air. And he sings Thunder Road. Now, I'm not that religious. This was, hands down, 100% a spiritual experience. It was insane. I will never forget. To the day I die, this will be with me. So for this week's video, I was going to originally do Thunder Road and honour that moment in my own life, but I sucked at it. I was really bad. So I took another favourite of mine from Bruce, and it's called If I Should Fall Behind. Now, I have to say, it's a different kind of version. I'm not sure what I think of it. Maybe I'll look back in 12 months' time and cringe at this one, but this is my current rendition of If I Should Fall Behind by Bruce Springsteen. Enjoy. We said we'd walk together, they become a maid. There come the twilight, should we lose our way? As if as we're walking, your hand should slip free. I'll wait for you if I should fall behind. Wait for me. We swore we'd travel, darling, side by side. We'd help each other stay in stride. But each lover's steps fall so differently. I'll wait for you if I should fall behind. Wait for me. Now everyone dreams of love lasting and true. You and I both know what this world can do. Let's make our steps clear so the other can see. I'll wait for you if I should fall behind. Wait for me. Now there's a beautiful river in the valley ahead. There neath the oak's bough we'll soon be wed. Should we lose each other in the shadow of the evening tree, you know I'll wait for you if I should fall behind. Wait for me. You know I'll wait for you. And should I fall behind? Wait for me. You know I'll wait for you. And should I fall behind? Wait for me.